The Little Big Things is a musical that won't blow you away by the amazing set, majestic old theater, and those glitzy West End numbers that you might expect. But it is a musical that's going to capture your heart and make it one of the best things you've ever seen. And here's why. Firstly, the story. The Little Big Things is a new musical based on a memoir by Henry Fraser, who is a very successful ex-rugby player who, when he was 17, he had an accident and he got paralyzed. This has caused a whole set of events afterwards, and the story really focuses on his family and immediate surroundings and how he kind of got through it and what happens at the end. You might be familiar with this story if you grew up in the UK, but for all of those who might not know what happens at the end, I'm gonna keep it so you don't get the spoilers from this video. But the story is so heartwarming and genuinely you can't really be not touched by it just because of how real it is, not only because it's a true story, but because there's so many people who have gone through something that has changed their life completely and they needed to adjust and find a new way and I guess new energy to go through life. And this musical really portrays that in the most human way and makes it a story that just gives you an extra boost and energy to believe that there's always a way to find a silver lining in things. The second reason why The Little Big Things is one of the most important musicals you could see is its diverse and fantastic cast that just showcases how inclusivity and diversity in West End is very much possible and how we should see more of that. The cast is full of amazing performers. Some of them are in wheelchairs, some of them have disability, and it was just fantastic to see choreographies, the even moments when they're like flying in the air and how it's all possible regardless of having a wheelchair or not. This is a story that really helped bring this to light, showcasing how it is so important to have such a diverse group of people share the story that resonates with everyone. This show has some amazing tunes that are very much pop style, big numbers that will just make you feel like you want to dance, it will fill you with good energy, and I couldn't resist but compare it to one of my favorite musicals, and that is Dear Evan Hansen. It doesn't have necessarily a lot of similarity in terms of the sound, but there is something about the vibe of the songs and just the way that they're delivered, and I guess also the dynamic because it is about a family, it is about a son and his brothers and his mom and dad. I think that there is some parallel there that could be drawn, and to be honest, to me that is just a massive plus because I love Dear Evan Hansen and just everything that that show is about, and this show is on another level equally amazing, and I just hope it has the same success as Dear Evan Hansen. When it comes to the soundtrack, it probably isn't the soundtrack that I will straight away add to my playlist, but I think it has so much potential and it will definitely bring such good energy to you when you go and see it. Which brings me to my fourth point, and that is the positivity of this story. Obviously this kind of story doesn't come without hardship that is very much present during the show, and there is a lot of doubt, questioning, sadness, and just generally moments that will make you feel like you want to cry or you will cry, because definitely there were people in the audience who shed a tear or two, myself included. But ultimately it is a story about a new beginning. It is a story about finding yourself when things just seem like there is no way out. And while maybe you can't relate to it from the perspective of the same accident happening to you, I think everyone has been in one or the other situation that just made them rethink their life and reinvent themselves. And ultimately this musical does end on a positive note and it makes you just jump up and like start applauding straight away. And the last number, which is called The Little Big Things, is something that you continue singing as you exit the theater, because it is about those little big things in life that matter and that can actually change the course of your life. And the last thing that I've really liked about this show is the theater. This is my first time that I've seen a show at Soho Place, which is a new theater that opened in London in 2022. It is a modern theater. However, when you enter, because it's slightly smaller and in this case the stage was at the center, you really feel like you're a part of a community of a sort, and And also you're able to, throughout the show, to see people across you and on the sides. And if you pay attention, you can really see how people are engaged in the story. And I think this really gave another level of understanding how much the story resonates, at least for me. And I really enjoyed being in this theater. And I can't wait to see more shows in it because I think it's an amazing space. And besides being modern and new, at the same time, it really does have a heart. And I think that this theater is going to put some great productions together that I can't wait to go and check out. Lastly, I want to say big thank you to Official London Theatre who took me to see this show. They have great discounts and deals all the time, including daily tickets and also when there are big events such as Boxing Day or Black Friday. So I will include the link in the description box below, so check it out if you want to go and see this musical. But if you're also looking for some other suggestions, then I would recommend you go and check out this video because it will tell you a little bit more about my favorite shows that I've seen in 2023.